Hello everyone, this is Mumbo here, welcome back, and today we are back on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 15, and today we are starting things off in somewhere just a little bit different. If we take a look out this window, we have got snow falling, and we have got a giant snowman. Now sadly, I can't lay claim to this, I didn't build any of this stuff. We are actually over by Symmetry's Christmas village. So here it is. If you haven't seen this before in her videos, I would highly suggest checking them out, because as you can see, she's built a Christmas village on Hermitcraft, and it really is a very pleasant place. You know, we got the candy canes, we got the drop down lighting, lovely little buildings, and of course that giant snowman over there, as well as a snow globe that you can shake up, and well, nothing really happens because this is Minecraft, but I really like the idea, and the ice bridge as well. I mean, there's so much cool stuff around here. But today we are going to be making things a little bit better. So we're going to be doing a redstone consultancy job today, and we're going to be doing some redstone work over by the Christmas village. Now, for this, we are going to need quite a lot of leather, quite a lot of sticks, and quite a lot of stone half slabs. For those of you who saw Sunday's Hermitcraft, you probably know what we are going to be building, because we are going to be building some flying elves. Yes, we're going to be doing some flying elves about the place. They're always good fun, and they should look really quite cool here. So I'm going to start gathering resources, and then I'll catch you guys in a little bit. I do apologise for all of the rain, but for the benefit of those of you who missed Sunday's episode of Hermitcraft, this is what we constructed. It is known as the Redstone Christmas machine. As you can see, we've got Santa Claus right here, and he has got a button just under his nose. If we hit that, then as you can hear, we get ourselves some jingle bells playing, and those things on the left to the right are the flying elves. They're little armor stands with green leather armor, and they pop up out of the ground, and I think they're really quite cool. So these are the sorts of things that we're going to be constructing around Symmetry's place, and I think it will look really good. I've been breeding cows for around about 10 to 15 minutes now, and we have gathered up a fair bunch of them, as you can see over here. There's a bunch of adult ones and also a few baby ones, which means I'm not going to start any of the killing just yet. But before we move on, I just want to say a massive thank you to Tango Tech for building this really awesome cow farm. Now this is such a good design, and it's much better than all the cows in the fences that we had beforehand, and it really is very efficient. All you have to do is hold down the right click button, and all of these guys will breed, and then their babies will fly out into the water, travel along a water stream, and go up into this little killing chamber so that we can gather up all of their leather and all of their cooked steak and all that sort of thing. Now there's loads of switches and toggles and different things that you can play with. All in all, it's just a really cool design, and it works extremely nicely. So if you do want to see a tutorial for this, then of course there is a tutorial for that on Tango Tech's channel, and hopefully I'll remember to put a link to that down in the description. So, all of the necessary resources have now been gathered. Will you take a look inside my inventory? We have got loads of wood, loads of armor stands, loads of the lime green dye. We've also got tons of leather, sticky pistons, redstone repeaters, slime blocks, and all that good stuff. So we should be done and ready for this project to begin. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hop into TeamSpeak. We're going to get on with Symmetry, and we're going to do a little bit of collaboration work. Alright, here we are with Symmetry. We are outside the snow globe here in the Christmas village that we have going on, and this place is really awesome. We went across a really cool ice bridge as well, so if you wouldn't mind giving us a show round, just so we can see what's going on and basically what you've been up to.
We can do, yeah. Well, this is my globe, as you said, but this was a zoomer like the other day, so it's pretty new. Yeah. And snazzy.
Are you able to go inside, or is it?
You can go in if you want to break it open.
Best not.
Yeah, I did leave it closed because mobs can spawn in there, so
yeah,
bad stuff can happen.
I can understand that, yeah.
Sounds good. And then yeah, we've got the ice bridge.
Man, this thing is so cool. Like the fact that you can see through it, because I'd looked at it from a distance earlier on, but the fact that you can see through it is it's awesome. I love the fact that you can see right the way down to the valley, the river, and all that. I mean, that's
don't want
what.
to fall down there either.
No,
it's a big drop.
I can imagine not. That's what Amplified's good for, though. That sort of thing, like using the landscapes like that. I mean, so far I've done most of my stuff on flat ground, but I am excited to start doing this sort of thing, because
yeah.
It's like
interesting to do that.
Yeah, it's like a completely different landscape, something I haven't really played with yet.
Well, we've got the 3 houses, which is like the main bit of the village.
Yep.
Our interiors and all, and the nether portals in there.
Yeah, I've noticed. See, this is the thing. Whenever I build houses and things, I always forget to do the interior, which is never good. So I'm quite impressed that you've got full interior. You've got the whole lot.
Just a bit, yeah.
Yeah, you got the whole bunch going on. Whereas I just sort of do the outer shell and then I just leave it. I'm just like, I'm done with that.
yeah. I didn't really need to do the insides, but it's a nice little touch.
Yeah.
We've got hot tubs and a snowman over there.
Oh wow.
Not too much to see, but
I mean, I really
a little bit of something.
Yeah, this was the first thing that I saw when I came into the town. I could see him out the window of one of the houses, and he's just dead cool. I love stuff like that.
Yeah, he's a bit derpy, but he hasn't got a name yet. If you want to name him.
Oh, you just put me right in the hole there.
Well, we can think about it. And then...
So I haven't explained the plan yet. What we're going to do is we're going to be placing in some of the flying elves that I built around the Christmas machine. We're going to be building those so that they pop up occasionally around False's little Christmas village. So instead of using a redstone clock, which basically causes a little bit of lag, I thought we could do it so that it's activated by a pressure plate. So when someone leaves this house or stands on the pressure plate, they will activate the flying elves, and then you'll be able to see them as soon as you come into the village.
Yeah.
Does that sound good?
That would be pretty funny. Yeah.
Yeah, that should be good fun.
Be a surprise for people. Sounds good.
Right. So I think what I'll do is I will. Do we have any stone actually? I need to get myself a stone pressure plate.
Stone in there. There's plenty.
Oh wow. Okay. You got plenty of stuff then.
There's even more than that if you need it.
Now, one thing is that I have all of the leather. I'll chuck all the leather in here, and I have all of the dye, but I don't have any armor or anything yet, which that might be really helpful if you could do all of that sort of thing. Because
yep, I can do that.
And then I'll just get down to business, and I'll start placing down all of the blocks and all the pressure plates and things like that. I mean, I remember the last time we did a collaboration, that was on the skull thing, wasn't it? And I remember it. It just popped into my head because I remember it because it was extremely hot that day.
It was like one of the hottest days ever. Yeah. Inside anyway.
and I was recording with all my blankets and things, and it was so hopefully this one goes a little bit better than that one, because I remember I couldn't really think straight. I was just like, oh, I'm so warm. I'm gonna try and keep doing this.
Yeah. How many leather things do you want?
Pretty much as many as you can make. I think my target was around about 9 or 10, but then again,
okay, cool.
I mean that might be a bit too many for this little village here. It might be overload almost.
We'll see. I mean, we've got enough leather for quite a few, so that's all right.
Yeah, I don't understand, because at one point I was spending ages breeding all the cows, and I suddenly realised that I wasn't actually using the looting sword, which meant that I was wasting quite a lot of time.
Yeah, that's fine. We've got plenty, I think.
Right, so we've got redstone going all the way across down here. And then I guess we'll just run it straight in the... This should be quite a simple little thing. All it is sticky pistons with slime blocks on top. It might need to be a little bit lower in the ground, just so you can't see any of it. One thing that I will warn you about is that you might end up falling into some of these holes.
That's all right.
So, it's something to watch out for when you walk along.
I nearly did that actually at spawn, but...
Really?
Yeah. But
that's one thing that I just only thought of after I'd built it, and I was like, oh no, I bet so many hermits get stuck in here. It's just going to be a hermit trap. By the end of the week, all of them are in there. Just can you get me out, please? Yeah,
it's definitely your plan, I think.
Yeah. I'm actually the Grinch. I said it was a Christmas machine, but actually it's a hermit catcher machine. Right.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I'm pretty into my... Speaking of traps, actually, did you see that Tango, I've got one death. I've got one death on the server.
I saw. I haven't seen the video yet. I keep meaning to go... to it and to laugh at you, but I haven't quite.
The thing is that obviously Tango set up this trap that was meant to almost kill me, as in it was meant to be like a jokey sort of, oh, you almost died, and you panicked quite a bit. But it turns out that because I'm a bit too curious, I instead tried to avoid using it. I tried to avoid his trap, and I died. So that wasn't my finest moment.
So do we want just lime green bits and pieces?
I was actually wondering that. Do you reckon we should have because I was trying to think of elves the other day. Do they have like little orange hats or orange bits going on? Okay, we've got one sort of flying elf.
Oh, awesome! You've got one already. Wow.
he's a bit naked at the minute, but
he is a bit naked. No one look.
Yeah.
Censor the video.
Yeah, we'll have to censor that one, blur that one out a little bit. But it goes a pretty good height actually. It goes almost the same height as your lamppost, which is nice.
That's nice, yeah. Well, I can add some blue. I've got a tiny bit of red.
Yeah.
We'll do a few different colours.
If we could do...
We'll go crazy with them.
Just a slime block. Slime blocks are definitely one of my favourite additions to Minecraft. I mean, I know that you don't really work with redstone and that sort of stuff, but just the ability to bounce things around and just fire things about, it's just so much fun.
Even just instead of using water as a water drop, it's like...
Yeah, that's true. I hadn't thought of that.
Instead of getting out of the water, you can just like bounce back up again.
Yep.
Pretty handy.
it's just it's a bit of a shame because obviously I like working with redstone, and slime blocks are something that I really wish worked better on servers, but for some reason they just seem to be all over the place. They seem to be really out of time, which is a bit of a shame.
That's alright, that'll work well with those.
Yeah, it's okay with things like armor stands and just like one launchers, but if you're trying to build like elevators, I mean, I learnt that the hard way on the last Hermitcraft world. I spent sort of like 1 or 2 episodes just fumbling about trying to get it done. Never worked.
Little now, so
really,
there's quite a few things there. Yeah, I've got like a nice rink.
Oh wow!
Reindeer barn. I haven't got a Christmas tree yet. I need to do that.
Yeah, that's got to be done. Yeah, but ice rink, that's an awesome idea. Do you reckon? Is there any way that you reckon you could make? No, I suppose there's not. I can't think of anything.
I was going to try and make it a mini game somehow, but I don't know what mini game includes an ice rink.
No, I see what you mean.
I think I'll just put like snow golem on it. Snow golems and
yeah, that could be good fun. Cool. Or you could no, I can't really think of anything. I was thinking sort of ice hockey type thing, like you could put like a sheep on it and then you could knock it around, but with actually, oh no, you can't get knockback on hose or anything like that, can you? Because otherwise that would have been awesome. Because then you could put like knockback really on a hose. Who knows?
Yeah, that'd look good.
One thing that, like, just as an idea, I don't know if you've got this on your list, but you could make like a snowball fight arena. Not that would be particularly serious.
Yeah. Yeah, could just use the ice rink for that.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, just
while you're doing it.
That would be good fun.
Yeah.
Right, so
or
we've
maybe
got
like, 4 of them.
Sweet.
Cool. They look awesome.
Right, so we've got 4 flying elves. What direction do you want me to just do them? Basically going up this path here.
Yeah, I think so. And then if you come down the path as you come out of the Nether portal, they'll
yeah, that'll be perfect.
Makes sense.
But yeah, what other plans have you got? Is that most of them? Because obviously you've got quite a decent amount done. I mean, I've only heard about this recently, and I popped down here obviously earlier on, and I was surprised because everyone was like, oh, Falsa's got a Christmas village that she's recently started, and I was like, oh, that sounds really cool. But then when I popped down here, I was expecting something really quite small, but you seem to have quite a lot of builds and obviously a giant ice bridge. I saw that the other day, but there's loads of stuff going on.
Yeah, I'm hoping it'll be quite big when it's finished, but we'll see. I mean, like, I've got things like a town hall on here.
Yeah.
It's more that I think I'm running out of space to put them.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Terrain, but
yeah, that's the one problem about Amplified is that it does limit where you can build quite a bit. Like, you don't want to be building on a mountainside, especially not a town hall.
Yeah. Although someone has said I should build like the Grinch's cave in a mountain somewhere.
Oh, that would be good fun. Yeah.
Could be awesome. So you never know, might do that. Oh, nearly fell in the hole.
Yeah, see, that is one thing to watch out for. It's also really hard to get out of because you don't want to break the armor stand or the slime blocks or anything.
That's fine. At least I know where they are.
Right.
It's all good.
I seem to have lost where my redstone goes. So would you mind sort of standing next to some form of?
The armor stand is that's nearest to you.
Sorry,
I was sneaking.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't see anything.
So I didn't fall in, and then I was like, yeah, you can't see.
Right, got it.
There you are. Awesome. Cool.
That was teamwork. That was
good. It's quite handy actually for redstone.
Yeah, because
just have someone else stand there.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was going to say I can't see anything. I'm sort of judging it on roughly where I think it's going to be. But that was dead helpful. Right, so we'll run it all the way along down here. I'm glad that I crafted up some repeaters beforehand because I originally only had about 10, and that just wasn't enough. I've already used about 15, 20, so.
Yeah, I don't use them enough that I craft them up. So every time I go to craft them, I completely forget the recipe. I can never remember the recipe.
I mean, as someone who uses redstone quite a bit, redstone recipes, they just I still don't know how to craft a piston fully.
You still don't know them?
No.
Oh no.
I still don't. I had to look up how to craft a comparator the other day. Obviously, note block. I had to look that up the other day because I don't think I've ever crafted one of them.
No, I haven't crafted one of those. I don't think.
See, I mentioned.
I might do.
Yeah, I mentioned in the episode that. I mean, one of the main reasons why I don't use note blocks is because they're quite cumbersome, as in you have to sort of click through all the notes and things like that. And I really think that they should get a GUI or something so you can actually pick your block.
Yeah, I think that would be great. I saw that tweet. I thought it was a good idea.
Yeah, that would be great fun.
That's the one reason I don't touch them is because I don't know.
Well, that's the thing, because then what you could do is you could pick your note, and you could go online or something and look up notes for songs and stuff, and then you could just immediately do it with note blocks. It would be perfect.
Yeah, it would have been really handy.
So Dinnerbone, if you're watching this, or anyone from Mojang, or Microsoft for that matter, Bill Gates,
get on it.
If you're watching.
Do it right now.
Yeah. But anyway, let's see if this is all working. I'm waiting for one of them not to work, but they all seem to be going, oh, that is...
That's so good.
It's looking... It's actually looking better than I expected. I mean,
it's cool. I like it a lot.
Like the original plan was obviously to do some Christmas lights, but taking a look at your village, as I mentioned to you, I didn't really want to ruin it by placing redstone lamps everywhere. So
that and it's not like a large village. You can't really like hang up lights anywhere.
Well, no, that's the thing. I mean, the other issue is with like redstone lamps and things about the place is that obviously you need to get the redstone up there somehow, and that usually involves, you know, redstone torch towers and things. Yeah, would you mind standing by an armor stand again?
Oh yeah. Let me come over.
Because I seem to have got lost again.
Oh, they've gone off. Where are you? There. Okay, cool. It's about here.
Right, I was so close.
Fine. How did you know that we were gonna use like? Because you brought enough dye, the green dye, but
yeah,
we decided on a different colour.
Yeah, the thing is that obviously green is elf, so I was thinking that's surely all we'll need. But then, you know, you came up with the idea of the funky hats, and I was like, well, that does sound pretty good.
Yeah, you gotta have the funky hats, of course.
Right, so that's that one done.
Cool. I think we might be able to squeeze one more.
Yeah,
or maybe leave it as that. I'm not sure.
I reckon we'll go for one more, and then we might have to go out on an expedition to find some red plants or something.
No, I've actually got enough for another helmet.
Oh, excellent.
So it's fine. We've just about scraped by.
Yeah.
With what we've got. I'm extremely helpful right now.
Yeah, it's all good.
I just stand here. It's all good.
Well, that's the thing. Whenever we do the redstone consultancy stuff, whenever I do redstone with other people, it is generally me doing redstone and then the other person sort of wandering around. I always feel quite bad.
It's handy to see how you do it though, because obviously being a complete noob with redstone,
yeah,
it's nice to see. It's nice to see how it works.
Well, maybe one day when I've got a build going on, I'll just invite you along and be like, "Hey, False, can you build this, please?" And then I'll just sit back. I'll bring a chair along.
Okay, fair enough. That could work.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. I could make some like a building consultancy.
Yeah. Put it next to mine. Then we could be like the pair of us. Yeah.
Yeah, we can join up on projects.
Yeah.
I want redstone and building done.
Oh, that would be. I mean, we could charge ridiculous amounts of money for that. I mean, we both know that we would get rich quick there.
Yeah.
All of the hermits would be joining.
We need a company name for that.
Yeah, see,
I'm not. You guys can leave it in the comments.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you're gonna ask me for names again, as you know.
I'm terrible at names as well, though. To be honest.
Seriously, with my cat, it was it was impossible. I ended up just going with the one that my mum suggested, which was Benji.
Benji's a good name though.
Yeah, it sort of fits because obviously he's a Bengal and it all goes together.
Awesome.
Did that one launch?
There's not an arm stand. I'm sure it launched, but it just didn't.
I'm sure it did.
Have anything on it.
Right, shall I go to bed actually, before we start getting the thunder, the lightning, the snow? I mean, as much as the snow is pretty, it makes it very hard to see.
It does. That's the only issue with it. I was gonna change my texture back a bit and see if I can get like smaller snow particles, but
yeah, maybe like not even smaller, just less snow. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Snow would be good. The particles texture is like really hard to work out what's what.
Yeah.
So yeah. But it looks good.
Right. Let's do the full test. This is the official one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is there 6 or 7? That one fired. That last one did fire. It looks like all of them fired. I think
it looks like it.
That one's on a really long delay. I think I'll fix that just because that took a little bit too long.
Yeah, that's fine.
Basically, I've got so many repeaters, I feel like I should put them to good use, so...
Yeah, and now you have none.
Yeah.
It's taking up all of them.
Right, okay, that is all of the redstone. It looks to me... I mean, I'm trying to look for any potential errors or anything, just in case there's one that isn't working that we're missing. But by the look of things...
I think we're good, actually, to be honest with you.
Yeah, this is like one of the first redstone consultancy projects that's actually gone right first time. And
then tomorrow you'll receive a message from me saying they don't work.
Yeah. they've set fire to everything.
Oh god, as long as they don't do that, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm not
one of the houses.
Really?
Yeah, that was bad.
Right, well, it looks to me It looks like that's
really
all done.
cool.
I guess we'll cover up any of the holes so that there's not, so that they're a little bit more hidden. I mean, that one is definitely going to get fallen into. I'm sorry for that placement there.
Then that's cool. It's all part of it.
Yeah, it's all part of the fun of the Christmas village. The elf traps.
Yeah, that's fine.
At least we've got the bright red hats on them, so you can quite clearly. It's like a little warning.
Yeah.
Well, that's perfect.
Nice idea.
So we've got ourselves. Well, you've got yourself a little set of flying elves in the Christmas village. I mean, it would be nice to have, I don't know, some lights to go along with it, or some note blocks or anything. But for the minute, I would say we've done a pretty decent job.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So there we go, False's flying elves have now been completed. I had a lot of fun recording that little segment with False. I don't often do collaborations, but that really was quite good, and we managed to get quite a lot of stuff done, which is always nice. And of course, if you do want to check out False's perspective, then there will be a link to that down in the description. Now, one thing that I do want to say is that something always goes wrong when I'm doing collaborations. Last time, it was the fact that it was really boiling hot in my room and I was starting to feel a bit ill. This time, my headphones decided to run out of battery around about 3 minutes in, which meant that my voice came through my headphones very loudly and False was a little bit drowned out. So it was quite tough. It was a little bit confusing at times, hearing mostly my own voice instead of False's. But I think we managed to pull on through it, and I hope that you found it enjoyable. And if you do want to see more collaborations with me and the other hermits, then of course let me know down in the comment section. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I've got time for today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.